Welcome back, friends, to TV5 News at 9. It is time for Design Time. Get your cell phone out because we do have a QR code right there on your screen to get you all the information about today's topic. Look who's here, Kathy Kilborn.
Hello
Tri-City
there.
Furniture, how are you?
I'm doing great. Loving the weather.
Yes, I am too. And it's so beautiful here, Tri-City Furniture in Auburn. You have to come check it out. So many beautiful things you have. We are talking today, friends, about how furniture has really changed over the years. I know there are so many brand names that are out there, but a lot of people want to make sure that they're buying American made. How do we know?
Well, it has become more of a topic with what's been going on the last little while, but it is difficult to know. In the early years of furniture and advertising, brands actually advertised who they were. And in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, it was all American made because that's what we had. The brands took that on themselves to advertise their name so people would go in and ask for that specific brand. But today that has changed. No brand will actually advertise their name. And so it really is up to the stores to bring the products to the people, and depending on if they want American made or not is really how that all, kind of shakes down. I love American just because they're there to help me, and they are typically a higher quality.
And it's very sad all the changes that these manufacturers have made over time. Would you say, Kathy, that we're getting a similar product today?
No, you're really just getting a similar price.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so they're taking a lot of the stuff that's the components and lowering the quality. I always say I've been selling a $4.99 recliner for 50 years. I had $4.99 recliners in 1980. But what you get for $4.99 is a lot different in quality. So we're seeing that those prices are being pushed down. And if you compare it to anything out there, cars or homes or anything, how the prices have increased so great. But in furniture, a sofa looks like a sofa that looks like a sofa, but you don't know what you're getting inside. And that's where the differences are.
Yeah, so are there still all American manufacturers today?
Yes, there are.
Okay.
And anything you sit on in my store is basically going to be American. Now, there's some products you can't get, but there's a lot that you can. And they're not going to be brands because they don't advertise their name. The brands that we did know, many of them, I won't say all, but many of them have succumbed to becoming an import. So in that respect, it would be actually being built somewhere else, or all the components come in and then it's assembled here. And so just because it might say built here doesn't mean it actually is an American total product. Yes, Americans assembled it, but if the components, the framing is different, the springs are different, the quality of the fiber is different, then I don't consider it American made. And you're going to know probably a lot of names that are American seeming, but they are no longer an American product.
I know a lot of our friends out there are going to want this answer. Kathy, how do we know where a product is made?
The best way, well, first of all, you can do research, maybe online, but that doesn't always tell you. There's very easy ways for them to talk about their product and not give you the absolute truth. And so they leave some of those details out. But my best recommendation would be is if you're going to go and get a sofa, and you could pick from 500 fabrics, you could change the leg, you could change the pillows, the depth. That is being built here because they cannot build it somewhere in another country and ship it in. That would typically take them of a year probably. And even though COVID's slower right now, we have seen the American manufacturers get much quicker. So we're getting furniture now back almost like pre-COVID. But an import cannot make those options. So that is your best clue as to who and where it's being made. Many fabrics today, they will actually put an American flag on the sample, so you know that that is an American product. It's just a lot of games being played so that maybe you don't ask, we don't tell. But I know when I go to market, I corner those people. I talk to those fabric buyers and how they build frames and what kind of springs, because I don't want to have problems and I don't want you to have problems. So it's a lot of variables. If you want a sofa price to get really low, you got to undo some of the quality.
Okay, so for all of those who are out there searching for furniture, what last minute advice do you have we need to think about?
Well, ask a lot of questions.
Okay.
Know what you're looking for. I just wanted to show one component. This is a wood leg, come from one of my manufacturers. It's solid. They stain it on site. This one looks like wood and it's plastic.
Oh, wow.
Now, most people won't bend over and look or even ask a question, but it is so easy to change the quality in these products, and that's why something will be less. So keep that in mind, because it's the amount of padding that would be in an arm, or the kind of filling and the density that they put in the foam. And so all of these variables, if you get the better quality, it is going to add on the price. I've had people say, I bought a recliner 17 years ago and it's still perfect because it was made with more quality. When you buy it today, don't expect that longevity unless you're going to spend more. There are better quality brands out there, but not all of them, and not typically the ones that you actually recognize. So don't be afraid of brands that you haven't heard of, because there are a lot of them that are really, really good and haven't changed over time, but they have not spent a lot of dollars on and getting you to recognize their name. And so you just have to trust the store, trust the person you're talking with, that you're buying a quality piece.
Well, we do appreciate you helping us understand more about these furniture brands. Thank you so much, Kathy. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you. You're so welcome. Thank you for watching this edition of Design Time.